Hello, fellow humans, on this wonderful rainy evening. Today's video, Let Me Fix You, is about body checking. By definition, body checking refers to an obsessive thought and behavior about appearance. For people with eating disorders or body dysmorphia, this may present as frequent weighing, looking in the mirror, and pinching or wrapping a hand around the stomach, waist, thighs, or arms. It's hot. This is something that I've been doing for quite some time. I'm 24 years old now. And I began body checking about 10 years ago. It started with the frequent weighing. Back when I was just dealing with anorexia, just anorexia. When I was dealing with anorexia alone, I weighed myself every morning. I would take my clothes off so I didn't have any extra weight on me. I would get on the scale and do that every single morning, and as I stated in my last video, if I weighed less than a pound more than I did the day before, my entire day was fucking kaput, gone, overdone. I was exhausted. Didn't even want to start. That stopped after about a year, and then after that is when the bulimia made its appearance. Once the bulimia started, I didn't really want to weigh myself because no matter how much you throw up after gorging yourself, there's always going to be a little bit of food in your stomach, and I didn't want to know that I had extra weight inside of me after throwing up, so I kind of just kicked that weighing thing to the side and started doing the physical body checks. The most prominent one for me, and the one that I struggle the hardest with getting rid of today, is body checking my hips and my stomach. What I would do, and what I still sometimes do, is I turn to the side in the mirror, I get my hands, I wrap them around my hip bones, and hope to God that I can feel hip bones, and at the very least see hip bones. And if I can one day and I can't the next day, then that's a problem and I have to work on it, aka by hurting myself, and so I can reach those Western beauty standards. Yeah, so that's the hardest one to get rid of, but I'm doing it less and less. Another thing I would do is I would do an excessive amount of push-ups, and not in a healthy way. I wouldn't be doing these push-ups after drinking a fat protein shake. I'd be doing these push-ups after I just puked up my dinner, or after I didn't eat for an entire day. So, not good. I would make it a thing to do my push-ups, and then the next morning hold my arm up a certain way, and if my upper arm wasn't looking firm enough, or the muscles weren't protruding in a certain manner, then I would have to make that a thing to work on. And not work on in a positive way, but work on in a way where I'm hurting myself so I can reach those goddamn Western beauty standards. You know what I mean? Another thing that I did, and still struggle to not do now, is check for a thigh gap. I naturally have a bit of a thigh gap, but my idea was to have like the most banging thigh gap out there. I wanted the thigh gap that made people look at me and go, oh yeah, shit, she might actually not be doing well. She looks pretty sickly. And then I'd be over here like, yep, that's me. No, but in all seriousness, I did that thigh check. I would stand in front of the mirror and put my feet together and pull my legs in as much as I could and see how well my thigh gap is doing. And if I could pull my legs in and have my upper thighs touch, that was a problem, and I would have to work on that. Again, not in a positive manner. I would be doing leg workouts after barfing up my dinner or not eating all day. So, kind of get the gist of what's going on here, guys. Another small thing that I did here and there was I would take my fingers, my middle finger and my thumb, put them around my wrist, and then move up. And at the point where I couldn't wrap around fully my fingers, I would make this a new problem area, and that would have to eventually become smaller so that I could fit my cute little fingers around my cute little arm that's cute little dying inside. But those are like the main body checks that I would do and still struggle to do to this day. It's really hard to kick those habits once they've started, especially for me, the one where I check my stomach and my hips, because even though I'm in recovery and I want recovery, I do want it, it still horrifies me to lose this sickly body that I've gifted myself through the form of multiple eating disorders. But I have to keep my eye on the prize and know that I should choose life over protruding hip bones. That's really what it comes down to, honestly. But today was okay. Today was hard, for sure. Very fucking hard. It's about 10 p.m. right now, and I made it through the day. I had breakfast, I had lunch, I had dinner, I had snacks, kept it all down. There were a couple times there in the day where I was this fucking close to going to the kitchen and making myself like 7 sandwiches and throwing them up. But I didn't do it because I, at the end of the day, do not want to do it. It's my fucked up mind that is addicted to this body dysmorphia and this eating disorder that makes me want to do these things. But you know what? I have the power. Alright, I'm done. Thanks for listening, guys.